Let me tell you something real. Rejection hurts. It stings. It breaks your confidence. But what if I told you that rejection isn't the end? It's not a dead end. It's just a detour, a redirection. Every no you've ever heard wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to move you, shift you, set you on a better path than the one you were begging to stay on. See, most of the time we get stuck on the idea that our plan is the best plan. We map it out. We visualize it. We pray for it. And when it doesn't happen, when the door slams in our face, we start to believe we're not good enough, smart enough, worthy enough. But here's the truth. Sometimes that rejection is the only thing strong enough to push you toward your real purpose. Rejection isn't the end. It's a detour toward destiny. When things don't go the way you expected, it's easy to feel like you failed or that life has turned its back on you. But the truth is, sometimes the path we plan for ourselves isn't the path that will take us to our purpose. We get so emotionally attached to certain outcomes, certain people, certain jobs, or dreams that when they slip through our fingers, we assume it's over. We assume we missed our shot. But that's not the case at all. Rejection is not a dead end. It's a sign that you're being redirected to something more fitting for your growth, your future, and your true potential. Think about all the times in your life you were disappointed. Times when you didn't get the opportunity you prayed for, the relationship you fought for, or the answer you were hoping for. At the time, it felt like loss. But with time, you began to see that it wasn't loss, it was alignment. You didn't lose. You were just guided away from something that wasn't going to serve your purpose in the long run. The heartbreak that tore you down became the foundation for your strength. The job you didn't land pushed you to build something on your own. The friends that walked away created space for new, genuine people to walk in. That's what rejection does. It clears space. It shifts your direction. It awakens something in you that comfort never could. Most people stop after rejection. They pack up their dreams and convince themselves they weren't meant to win. But the truth is, winners aren't the ones who never get rejected. They're the ones who refuse to stop walking after rejection. They're the ones who understand that a detour isn't a denial. It's a different route to the same destination, or sometimes an even better one. See, we can't always see the full picture. But there's a greater plan working behind the scenes. Every time you're told no, every time a door closes, every time life seems to turn left when you were trying to go right, trust that it's not the end. It's just a redirection towards something you never would have reached if everything had gone the way you wanted. So don't fear rejection. Don't get bitter when plans fall apart. Don't cry too long over what didn't work out. Because the truth is, your destiny is too big to be stopped by one rejection. What's for you will never miss you, and what misses you was never meant to be yours. Rejection doesn't break your future. It builds it. It strengthens it. It clarifies it. It protects it. And if you keep going, if you keep believing, you'll eventually land in a place so right, so fulfilling, that you'll look back and thank every no that rerouted you. Because that detour didn't destroy you. It led you straight into your destiny. A no doesn't mean you're not enough. It means you're being redirected. But the moment we hear that no, we often take it personally. We internalize it. We let it settle deep in our spirit as if it's a verdict on our value, our intelligence, our talent, our worth. We let one person's opinion or one opportunity's outcome define how we see ourselves. But rejection is not a reflection of who you are. It's not proof that you don't measure up. It's simply a sign that this door This moment, this direction, wasn't meant for you right now. Not because you're lacking, but because something better is being prepared or preserved for you. Sometimes we beg for something we don't understand. We chase what looks good, what sounds right, what we thought we wanted, and when it doesn't happen, we break. But what if that no was really protection in disguise? What if that closed door saved you from something that would have drained your purpose, wasted your years, or limited your potential? Sometimes you don't need what you're asking for. Sometimes you're aiming too low and don't even realize it. That no may be heaven's way of saying, you're better than this. You're worth more than you're settling for. But you have to be willing to trust the redirection even when it hurts. See, the world will try to define you by rejection. People will walk away and expect you to crumble. You won't get picked, and they'll expect you to quit. But if you truly know who you are, if you know what's inside of you, then their no can't stop your whys. You've got to stop letting the opinions of the small-minded convince you that your dream is too big. You've got to stop letting one closed door convince you the whole building is locked. One person's rejection is not the end of your story. It's just a comma, not a period. Keep writing, keep building, keep believing. Rejection has nothing to do with your worth. It's often just timing, placement, or preparation. You may not be ready yet, and that's okay. Or maybe what you want is not ready for you. That's okay too. Just because you haven't seen it yet doesn't mean it's not coming. The no you heard is not permanent. It's a moment. It's a lesson. It's a push towards something greater. So don't bow your head. Don't let rejection shrink you. Stand taller. Be louder. Get better. Improve your gift. Sharpen your vision. And most of all, keep going. The right door will open, but you have to keep knocking. And when it does, you'll realize that every no was just part of the journey. A redirection toward the breakthrough you didn't even know you needed. Sometimes the things that don't work out are actually the things that save you. We don't always see it in the moment, but closed doors are often hidden blessings. You might cry over a lost opportunity, stress over the job you didn't get, or feel broken over a relationship that ended. But what if that rejection was the very thing that kept you from destruction? What if that moment of pain was protection in disguise? We're wired to chase comfort, to hold on to familiarity, to pursue what looks good from the outside. But life, real life, has a way of pulling you away from the things that are not meant for you. Not because you're not worthy, but because you're too worthy to settle for something that's going to waste your time, damage your soul, or distract you from your true calling. When you don't get what you want, it's easy to think you've failed. But maybe you were saved from something that would have drained you, delayed you, or destroyed the dream you carry. You ever look back on something you used to pray for and thank God you didn't get it? That's because rejection, in hindsight, is often the greatest form of mercy. That job you thought was perfect. It could have stolen your peace. That person you thought you couldn't live without. Maybe they were sent to teach you self-worth by leaving. That opportunity you were sure would change your life. It might have pulled you off course instead of pushing you forward. Closed doors are not punishment. They're protection. They're grace. They are God's way of saying, there's something better ahead. Keep moving. But here's the catch. You won't always recognize the blessing in the moment. Rejection feels like a loss, not a rescue. You'll question everything. You'll wonder if you're enough. You'll blame yourself. That's normal. But don't live there. Don't let disappointment bury your belief. Don't confuse delay with denial. Just because the door didn't open now doesn't mean it won't open later. Or that another, better one won't swing wide when the time is right. You've got to start trusting that what didn't work out wasn't meant to. And you've got to believe that if a door closed, it was never your door to begin with. Closed doors don't cancel your future. They create it. They shift your path. They shape your resilience. And they prepare you for what's next. So when something doesn't go your way, don't just ask, why did this happen to me? Ask, what is this saving me from? Because when you learn to see rejection as a hidden blessing, it no longer breaks you. It builds you. And sooner or later, you'll step through the right door at the right time, and everything you lost will make perfect sense. You ever miss a turn while using GPS? It doesn't panic. It doesn't yell at you or shut down. It simply says, recalculating. That's exactly what life does when you face rejection. You think you're on the right road, going in the right direction, and then boom, a door closes. Someone says no, or the plan falls apart. And you feel lost, confused, like maybe you messed up or missed your shot. But just like that GPS, life doesn't give up on you. It just starts rerouting you to get you where you were meant to be all along. We put so much pressure on ourselves to get everything right the first time. The perfect career path, the ideal relationship, the one big opportunity that's going to change everything. And when it doesn't go the way we imagined, we panic. We question our value. We wonder if we're too late, too broken, or too far off course. But rejection isn't failure. It's simply feedback. It's life's way of saying, that's not your exit. Keep driving. Sometimes we get so locked in on our own plan that we forget we're not the only ones steering. There's a bigger force at work. And if you're listening closely, you'll notice that even in rejection, there's direction. That missed opportunity, it could have been a trap. That broken relationship, it might have been blocking you from growing. That failed dream, maybe it was preparing you to dream bigger. See, the GPS never changes your destination, just the route. And that's what rejection does. It doesn't cancel your purpose. It redirects your path. Maybe you needed to go through a few detours so you could gain some wisdom, develop some grit, or learn to trust the journey even when you can't see the full map. The scenic route might take longer, but sometimes it's the only way you get strong enough to carry what you're asking for. You've got to stop letting one wrong turn make you park. Keep moving. Keep adjusting. Keep believing that every twist and turn is still leading you somewhere worth going. Because what's meant for you is still out there. And if you don't give up, you will get there. That red light isn't permanent. That roadblock isn't the end. It's just life recalculating, rerouting, and setting you up for something you couldn't have found on your original path. So don't panic when things go off course. Don't shut down. Don't start thinking it's over. Just listen for that inner voice that says, recalculating. Because sometimes the best journeys begin with a wrong turn that leads to the right destination. One day, you're going to look back at the very moment that broke you, the rejection that shook your confidence, the door that slammed in your face, the dream that slipped through your hands, and you're going to smile. Not because the pain didn't matter, but because it mattered so much that it changed you. It pushed you. It matured you. It stripped away what you thought you needed so you could discover what you were really made of. And when that breakthrough comes, the opportunity that fits you like a glove, the moment that finally makes sense of the waiting, you'll realize that all along, rejection wasn't ending your journey. It was preparing you for it. It's hard to see it while you're in it. Rejection feels personal. It feels like someone is telling you that you're not good enough, not smart enough, not capable. It makes you question your value and your vision. But let me tell you something. Rejection doesn't get to define your story. It's just one chapter. Your breakthrough, that moment where everything aligns and falls into place, is coming. And when it does, you'll understand that you had to be rejected, you had to be delayed, you had to be denied. Because the version of you that's winning now wouldn't exist without the version of you that got knocked down and still got back up. Sometimes the breakthrough doesn't even look like what you expected. It's better. It's deeper. It's more powerful because you know what it took to get there. You didn't just walk into success. You fought for it. You believed in yourself when no one else did. You kept showing up after every door closed. You didn't quit when rejection tried to break your spirit. And that's what makes the breakthrough so sweet. It's not just about where you arrived. It's about who you became on the way there. You don't grow when everything goes your way. You grow when things fall apart and you decide to keep going anyway. You become unstoppable when you refuse to let rejection be your final answer. Every person that walked away, every job that passed you over, every opportunity that didn't work out, they were all necessary. They were all part of the setup. Because if they hadn't turned you down, you wouldn't have turned inward to find the fire that was already inside of you. Your breakthrough is tied to your resilience. It's tied to your persistence. It's tied to your faith in something bigger than your fear. And when you get there, when you step into the life that's been waiting for you, you won't wish it happened any sooner. You'll thank every setback, every failure, every rejection, because all of it, every bit of it, was redirection towards something greater than you imagined. Keep walking. Keep believing. Your breakthrough is coming, and when it arrives, you'll know that rejection didn't block your path, it built it. Rejection is not your enemy. It's your compass. It's the unseen hand guiding you away from the average, the temporary, the misaligned, and pointing you toward the extraordinary. Know you've faced every door that closed, every person who overlooked you. It all served a purpose. It taught you resilience, it forced you to grow, and it positioned you for a life far greater than what you were willing to settle for. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are simply being rerouted. So don't curse the redirection. Embrace it. Because where you're headed is bigger than what you lost. And when you finally arrive, you'll understand the rejection wasn't rejection at all. It was divine redirection all along, leading you exactly where you were meant to be.